Hello, my name is Josie Trimble, and today I will be giving a lesson on French horn. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go over today is how to hold the French horn. So first of all, one hand goes inside of the bell, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. And then one hand is used to play the notes, right?
Right.
Okay, so for the hand that's going to go inside the bell, you're going to cup your knee for me. And that's going to be the shape that you're going to want to keep while you're inside of the bell. So do you feel how your knuckles are kind of sticking out a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those knuckles are going to they're going to be constantly contacting the inside of the bell.
Okay.
So always make sure they're touching it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to let you actually hold it. And so for your left hand, you don't have to worry about the right hand right now.
Okay.
You're just going to take your three main fingers, 1, 2, 3, and those are going to go on those. And then your pinky finger is going to go right in that ring there.
Okay.
Alright, so, and then it doesn't really matter how far your fingers go up and down, just kind of whatever's comfortable for you.
Okay.
And your thumb is going to go on that trigger since we have a double horn.
Okay.
And then, so, will you take your hand out for me? And remember, you're going to cup your knee and keep that shape, that's right. And then keep it, you can put it in the bell now. You want to hold up your horn so you can kind of feel that. And do you feel all of your knuckles touching the brass right there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're always going to want to keep those touching the brass,
Okay.
no matter what you do.
Okay.
Alright. So one very important thing that we need to keep in mind when we have our instruments is how to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
So a few basic things that you can do for your horn are cleaning the mouthpiece after you're done playing, or I know some students don't always do that, so at least once a week. At least once a week. Because it gets all the spit in there and people eat food and that's not good. Another thing you can do is they have snakes that you can buy. It's pieces of wire that have bristles attached to them, and you can put it through the valves here, and then it'll come out your horn. What else? You're always going to want to use your rotary valve oil,
Okay.
which is different from the piston valve oil. So
Okay.
you'll want to make sure you get the right kind, and that's just going to lubricate the valves right there. Another thing you're going to want to keep in mind is the slide grease, and that's just going to help with keeping everything lubricated and making sure nothing sticks. So when you need to get spit out of certain valves, that you're not struggling.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You can also give your instrument a bath, which is pretty common for brass instruments.
Okay.
Yes, and that is another procedure to go through at another time. So before we play, we always have to think about how we stand or sit while we're performing, right?
Right.
Okay, so the most important thing that you have to think about is your breath.
Right.
How are you going to make your body support your breath in the best way possible, right?
Right.
Okay, you're actually sitting very well for posture. So you're going to have, your body's going to make pretty much an L shape, but that can kind of vary from kid to kid depending on certain physical attributes that they have.
Yeah.
You're always going to want to have your feet flat on the floor.
Okay.
Yes. And then make sure they don't have their legs crossed, being lazy. Yeah, or your ankles or anything like that. So you're actually looking great.
Okay.
So I will take this, and we are going to move on to the mouthpiece.
Alright.
Okay. So when we're using the mouthpiece, it is a little bit different than other brass instruments. So as you can see, it's very small compared to all the other brass.
Yeah.
So it's a very touchy instrument. So a lot of your lip movement, it can make it, just the slightest difference can affect what your tone or your pitch is.
Alright.
So the first thing we're going to do when we put the mouthpiece to our mouth is you're going to have the bottom of it touch where the flesh of your skin meets your pink of your lips.
Okay.
So you want to put that up to your mouth for me.
Sure.
That's good. And then will you kind of make an face with me and make the sides of your lips a little tight? So just like Good. And then there's also the shape of your mouth on the inside. You're gonna want to have the shape of an E sound while you play.
Okay.
So just think of singing a word on E. So, and that's about where you're going to want to have your tongue placed while you play as a starting point.
Okay.
So do you want to make some noises now?
Yeah, I'll try.
Alright. So what we're going to do is you're going to stay in your awesome posture position here.
Okay.
And you'll always remember to keep the air flowing.
Okay.
Yep. So everything you do, it comes from your air. Yep. So you put the piece up to your lips, and you can take your time, keeping it in mind what all you need to do. That's looking good. And go. That's pretty good. Try to keep the sides of your lips a bit more tight.
Okay.
And out.
So,
There you go. There you go. Yeah, do you want to try to do a long stream of air on that?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, that was good.
Okay.
Alright, and one other thing that we always want to keep in mind is to be as relaxed as possible. Did you feel any tension when you were doing that?
I kind of tension and a lot in the mouth. Yeah.
A lot in the mouth? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So just make sure when you're doing it, just be as relaxed as possible. A concept that you can think of is breathe, press play. So you just don't even think about it. Just go.
Okay.
So do you want to try that?
Sure. Breathe, press play.
That's pretty good. I can tell you're still
Yeah,
teaching,
yeah.
but that's something we can work on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So just some things to think about.
Sure.
So now we're gonna see what that sounds like on the actual instrument.
Okay.
All right. So keep in mind what your right hand needs to do.
So cup my knee.
Yep. Cup your knee, and then put it in there, making sure all your knuckles are touching the brass.
All right.
And always bring the horn up to you. You don't need to.
So
Put your
okay,
hand down.
don't come to the
No,
horn.
make the horn come to you.
Okay.
So maybe even a little bit higher. There you go.
So yeah, like
Yeah, that looks
Okay.
better.
so. E.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Just kind of like when we're singing, we always think of like a constant, like straight stream of air.
Yeah.
When you're, especially when you're singing high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try having that in mind when you're playing, and remember a relaxed face, like
Okay.
like when you're singing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Just
And
kidding.
it's something to work on. The horn isn't a
Yeah.
very easy instrument to understand and get a grasp of, but I
Yeah.
think with those building blocks, you can definitely go pretty far.
Okay.
If you put in a lot of time and practice.
Cool.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.